You are a writer and an actor on The Inside Man.
It was a very long journey to get to and really it was just a journey to trust myself that I wanted to. I always had the desire to do it, and then finally started letting myself do it, making our own short films with friends, getting the improv comedians together and coming up with ideas and then shooting shorts. That's how it all started. And then this weird convergence of meeting Jim Shields, who's with Twist and Shout, who's making corporate videos, but he wanted them to be actually funny and actually interesting. And working with him and saying like, okay, how do we take the boring pieces of that we're required to say and work it into something that's actually interesting and entertaining and actually tell a narrative. And that was a 15-year journey of working with him and building up to the point that now we're on this huge project that you're a part of that's a 6-season, 12 episodes per season action adventure drama that happens to also be for a corporation about IT security.
And that also, so like if we're talking about the Inside Man, which is for IT security for KnowBe4 company, and it also started much smaller, right? So, so like right now it's a much bigger show. Like in season probably what 4 or 5, you had helicopters and stuff. So now it's kind of it's getting bigger and bigger. So there is a lot of trust, and as I understand, it has a lot of awards. How was the journey with The Inside Man?
Well, Jim and I have been doing things like in the IT security land, like comedies and training videos and that sort of stuff. And KnowBe4 was a big company that wanted something for their training platform. They have a training platform that has 500 videos on it. And so we pitched them on this idea of like, hey, what if you made something different? What if you made something that felt like a TV series, that felt like character-based drama that built over a season? And it had learning moments in it that you could highlight after each episode, but they're woven into the script instead of just bullet points and training. And they took a chance with a relatively low budget. We had 2 weeks. We had really no crew. James, our producer, was all of the art department. Wardrobe was whatever people wore to set that day. We working in an actual working office that we were borrowing, so we just had to be quiet when people were on the phone and wait for their phone call to end. So very different scope, but did that first one for them and it took off. It got a huge amount of attention and a huge amount of press, and so they in turn bought our production company. They're just like, okay, you just work for us now. We will have this. And season 2 was twice as long a shoot date.
That's
and
where I appeared
where
for the
you
first
came
time.
in and twice the budget, and then the next year was twice the budget of that, and the next year was twice the budget of that, and it's continued to grow. Now we're shooting in multiple, 3 different countries. We're shooting in castles. We're shooting in, we have special effects. We have things blowing up. We have armorers on the set. Today he gets to get chased down by running Europol agents with machine guns. It's gotten out of control. Basically, it's to become a monster.
How can people see it? Because every time when I talk about The Inside Man, when I tell my friends about it, they're like, well, where we can see it? Like, well, you kind of can't.
You can see the trailers for every season, and each season has its own trailer and also behind the scenes film. Those are on the Inside Man microsite. If you just look up KnowBe4 and Inside Man, there's a site that has photos and stills and the season trailers. But in terms of watching the actual episodes, you have to work for a company who subscribes to KnowBe4. There are about I think there's something like 25 million employees that could possibly see it across the world that subscribe to KnowBe4. We know about 6 million people have watched the entire series at this point.
That's a lot. That's a lot of screens.